Palantir, guys. It keeps on slipping. It went down another almost 3% today, closed at $16.09. And in the pre-market, it actually got to the high 15s. We hit $15, it looks like, and 97 cents in the pre-market. Then when the markets opened up, actually a little bit before that, we started getting a lot of bullish momentum. So we did run a little bit in the morning. You guys can see from around $16 flat to about $16.40. So that was a nice 40-cent move, or about 2.2%. But let me tell you guys, that was short-lived. And again, we sold off for the rest of the day pretty much, going down 49 cents, officially down almost 3% on the day. And by the looks of it, guys, to be honest, looks like we could have some more downside in the short term. So we're going to break down the charts, my thoughts, what I'm looking to do. So hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, guys. The goal is to hit 50,000 subs this year. Make sure to do that. And of course, follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks. You might as well do that as well. And with that being said, let's break down what's going on. So like I said, guys, we had a pretty decent red day in Palantir stock today, down about 3%, and the entire stock market, which you guys probably saw in my previous video, it did not do well. We sold off on the Russell, the NASDAQ, the S&P Dow, you name it. Volatility was heightened today, to say the least. It was up around, the VIX was 6.3%. So we're noticing here we clearly took out the lows from yesterday. Yesterday's lows were right around, let me pull the 5-day up and zoom in a bit, right around, let's see, 1650. Yeah, you guys can see we actually had a bit of a descending triangle intraday yesterday. You guys can see this right here, descending triangle. That ended up playing out. And again, we dumped down to almost 1595 this morning. So we took out that low by a long shot. And now it looks like we're seeing another descending triangle here on Palantir in the very short term. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Let me draw it out real quick and zoom in a little bit. So we have another descending triangle today, very similar to what we had yesterday throughout the trading day, and you guys saw how today played out. Again, we actually took the lows out from yesterday by a long shot. So maybe if this triangle plays out, guys, there could be even more downside in the short term on Palantir stock. Let's pull the 10-day chart and see. Maybe we start going down more towards the mid-low 15s. And at some point, guys, yeah, we're going to get a relief rally, no doubt about it, but it doesn't look like we're getting it anytime soon. We're not seeing any signs of that. And again, we're seeing signs of more downside potentially with these descending triangles that have been playing out over the past couple of days, and with this one that's forming right now in real time. With today's day of trading, which was the second day of trading of 2024. It's the 3rd of January when I'm making this video, guys. So keep your eyes on those triangles here. Really, that one triangle forming on the intraday chart. And on the 20-day chart, again, you can see we're now at a fresh low. We're under the moving averages, death cross, all that stuff. You guys know that already. And on the 4-hour chart now, let me show you guys this. We are approaching, looks like here, that $16 support. We're pretty much right at it, which if I draw this out and show you guys, $16, it looks like that was resistance all throughout the end of August into September, mid-September, end of September. So that's pretty much where we are right now. You guys can see this point. So 16 for the bulls in the short term needs to hold, and if it doesn't hold, guys, we start going down even lower. Let me draw out this trend line. We're now testing this trend line as well. If we do break under this point, $16, let me do an alert real quick. Mark is at or below 16. There we go. Let's do that. Boom. If we break under there, we could have some headway, or not headway, but downside, whatever you want to call it, maybe towards 1350 to 14 if things got really bad. That was support, it looks like. End of June right here. Also end of August. Looks like end of September as well. So that could be where it goes if things get really ugly on the downside. But a more realistic spot, I guess you can say, is right around $14.50 to $15, kind of where we were before the last earnings report. You guys can see the stock was at about 14.50, 60-ish. Then it took off all the way to almost 22 bucks per share. So realistically, if we do get more downside in the very short term, that's where we could be going. But again, like I said, relief rally could come out of nowhere for all we know, guys. And to be honest, we are getting a little oversold according to the RSI. We are getting a bit stretched to the downside. But again, we're not seeing any signs of a reversal to the upside. So, I mean, we just gotta kind of play it by ear. So my alert is set at 16. And if we do break that point and we do start filling the gap down to 15, maybe we go under 15, that's where I'm going to be buying Palantir personally. That's where I'm going to be nibbling it in this window right here between anywhere from 1375, 1350 to about 1550-ish, that general window. I'm very, very interested. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. And let me actually pull up these longer term time frames. This 1 year chart, you guys can see clearly, we're still holding an uptrend. We actually, as we broke out to 2185 a couple weeks ago, we took out the highs from back in August. You guys probably remember that, where we hit about 20 bucks. So this clearly still looks like it is uptrending, no doubt. There's no denying that. And if I draw out the channel, actually, let me do that real quick. If I draw this channel out, you guys can see now we're actually at the bottom of this channel, which is pretty obvious here on the 1 year, 1 day chart. And if I pull up, let's say the 3 year chart, let me pull that up and show you guys this. We still have some ways to go before we get back to all-time highs. Who knows when we'll get back to all-time highs, and, if we even do. I mean, it's not guaranteed, obviously, but at this point, personally, guys, I'm really focusing on, forget about the all-time high from a couple years ago. That's history, right? Forget about that. I'm focusing on this 1 year chart, the 4 hour chart, to see what it does at around, $16-ish here in the short term. That's going to be a very big spot, like I said, for Palantir. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. I saw my analytics. I think 50% of you guys, or 45, whatever it is, are not subscribed. You watch the videos, but you just don't subscribe. If that's you, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. And without you, it would not be possible, guys. I appreciate you all as always. So as we had a red day today, the Russell, NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, we had a lot of stocks go down as well. It wasn't only Palantir. I know we broke down Palantir today. It wasn't only them. There was a lot of other red stocks out there, and a lot of this was triggered by Apple and their downgrade. I forget what company downgraded them. Either way, this stock went down 4% yesterday, and today it went down almost another 1%, 0.75% to be exact. So Apple got hit yet again, but I suspect a relief rally coming potentially in the mid-low 180s on Apple, which is where we are now. Keep your eyes on it. So Apple's getting pretty oversold in my opinion. Watch out for that. NVIDIA, what's this one looking like? I actually haven't looked at this during this little sell-off we've had in the beginning of the year. Yeah, NVIDIA is still looking pretty juicy. 490 is where it's at. Actually, no, 475 is where it's at. Obviously, still holding an uptrend. And I'm still sticking to that 500 level. That point needs to break on NVIDIA. And from there, we might get a breakout. Keywords might. Nothing's guaranteed. But keep your eyes on NVIDIA as well. Let me see. We'll do one more. Meta went down a bit on the day, but I think that's still pretty much right near the highs. Yeah, look at that, guys. Now it's at, where is it? 344. The recent high was 360, so we're down about 15 bucks. Looks like this could potentially be a continuation play on Meta, guys. Ticker symbol META. So keep your eyes on it here in the mid-low 300s. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100 using that link down below, you get 5 stocks and fund your account at least $1,000. On top of those 5 stocks, you get 10 more stocks, each of those up to $2,000, guys. So 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, and the clock's ticking, guys. Get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next one.